Miscellaneous minds, never explaining the minds. Devilish grin for my alias, aliens who respond. Peddling sin, thinking maybe when you get old you realize I'm not gonna fold or demise. I don't smoke crack, motherfucker, I sell it.
What is going on, everybody? This is the Miscellaneous Minds podcast. I'm your co-host, Puma Gato, the cat that hands your main event back. And to my left over here is the main man, Jesus De Niro, the man that makes the fat stacks. Together we form the dynamic duo that won't die. Deadly ideas, buzz, and spicier content than your girls' only fans. What is going on, everybody? Before we get into tonight's topic, please make sure to like, comment, hate, subscribe, DM us about the bullshit. And with that, let's get right into it. So, as my man here said, we have a big old main event on our hands. What do we got? We got Alex Pereira versus Jiri Prochazka. Listen, these two have faced off before. And as we all know, Alex Pereira won. One thing that I do want to know, I feel like people are underestimating Jiri Prochazka. If you go back and we watch the first fight, Jiri Prochazka was getting his licks in, man. It wasn't, yes, Alex Pereira ended up, getting the TKO technically. But if you go back and you watch, man, he was landing some decent shots. So the big thing is, I feel like everybody's discounting Jiri Prochazka. And here's the thing. I'm an Alex Pereira fan. I get it. In fact, I actually think Alex Pereira is going to win. But don't discount Jiri Prochazka. In fact, I actually think he stands a decent chance to win. Now, again, I'm going to go with Alex Pereira to actually end up taking the dub. But I would not at all be surprised if Jiri takes it. Listen, Jiri is a disciplined guy. He's very, he's got good punch power. He's got good combos. If you go back and you watch the fight, I think that he was definitely holding his own. And, I've seen a lot of polls by a lot of different people that are covering the fight. And, it is like, I'm going to say like 80-90% of the time, Alex Pereira is the one that's being touted to win. And again, yes, I do think he's going to win. But the way that people are just discounting Jiri completely is kind of insane to me. The man is decorated. The man has good combos. The man has a good mind for the game. And I feel like that level, I think it's a little disrespectful if I'm keeping it honest. Again, Jiri definitely deserves his flowers. And I feel like people are just discounting him already just because he already lost once and because of how big of a puncher Alex Pereira is. And, again, I'm going to ultimately pick Alex Pereira to win, but I would not at all be surprised if it went the other way. What do you think about that, my man?
Look, here's the thing, man. I don't mean to really discount Jiri's chances against Alex Pereira, but my thing is the attitude that Jiri has coming into this fight gives me the illusion that Jiri is either playing dumb or I'm not gonna lie, he's not really evaluating Alex Pereira's skills, because Jiri Prochazka, and I don't know if this was meant like as a joke or if it's his strategy of playing dumb, but he was going on the route of saying that the reason that Alex Pereira had so much power behind him is because he was chanting shamanistic ritual spells, and that he had basically ancient powers that he had prayed to let him basically get the edge on that. And again, he could be saying this in jest. I don't know. It just seemed like he was like, this doesn't exactly seem like the characteristic for Jiri to be joking about. But then again, he said himself that the ponytail that this guy allows him to emit radio waves, allow him to freaking win the fight. So who knows if he uses that's antenna of his to unlock the DLC in his mind and finally get the dub against Pereira. Look, I can't really talk about all that. My thing is, if you believe that the reason that he won is because of shamanistic spirits that are helping him, then I think it's one of those things where I don't think you really appreciate the skill that Alex again has. Again, it could be one big joke. He could just be shitposting. He could be playing dumb. I don't exactly know, but going into this against a man that doesn't really joke around all that much, and even you yourself is uncharacteristically now starting to joke about this kind of thing, makes you think you're not really taking the fight up like super seriously. And granted, this whole fight was taken on short notice for both of these men, considering that it was a replacement for the Conor versus Michael Chandler fight. And I understand if it's a short notice thing and it was something that was sprang on surprise for both of them, I can see the reasoning for them not taking the fight super seriously. But at the end of the day, I don't think even Jiri is counting himself to win the fight, especially decisively, if he's making jokes like this. And again, this isn't discounting Jiri's skills at all, but the number of factors between this fight being on short notice, he doesn't seem characteristically too focused on this fight, even though again he meditates a lot, so it makes me think he might be focused. But if he's making comments like this, part of me makes me think I don't think he's taking this fight as seriously. Nowhere near as seriously as Alex, who again he nothing but focused on this fight, and even laughed off the whole shamanistic spirits helping him out. And he was like, no, it's just basic training. We're just gonna go in, we're just gonna do our regular game plan and take it. Which again, the mental focus, the lock in that Alex Pereira has makes me believe yes, it's gonna be an Alex night. I'm predicting it's gonna be another TKO finish, but I will say it's probably gonna be in the, I'm gonna say, third round. It's gonna be a KO knockout by Alex Pereira. What do you think about my analysis? Do you think I'm a bit too harsh on Jiri? Do you think I've been discounting him too much?
Man, I definitely think that you're discounting him. It kind of feels like I understand what you're saying, but here's the thing: I don't think he's making a joke when he's saying that whole, you're shaman and blah blah blah. I don't think he's making a joke. I think if you look at all the stuff that Yuri's into, I think he really does believe that Pereira's tapping into something extra. And I don't think there's ever been a fight in that Jiri has not taken seriously. So simply just because this was on short notice, I think that's foolish. And additionally, yeah, it was short notice for both of them, but they were both actually training. So I think it's one of those concepts that I understand. Obviously, it's short-term notice for both of them, but they're both constantly training. I believe Jiri said that he was like on a 3 or 4 day fast when from both water and food when Dana White called him. So I understand where you're coming from. At the same time, yeah, I don't think that either one of them is not taking it seriously, short notice or not. With that being said, listen, I personally don't believe in all that additional stuff that Yuri's talking about, the shaman and ancient powers and blah blah blah. But I respect, where Yuri's coming from when he makes that comment. I think to people of a foreign land, Yuri's from that Europe.
He's Czech.
Yeah, seeing someone like Pereira that's more tribal, more of that, it's definitely different. It's definitely something that is not of the norm for them. With that being said, listen, if you're on this side of the planet, which our ancestors have been on this side of the planet, it's not foreign at all. It's a very normal concept for all of us. A lot of my tattoos have to do with a lot of that, a lot of the tribes and all that good stuff. So I don't think Yuri's making a joke out of it. I think it's just Jiri not being accustomed. And I think because of how strong Pereira is, I think, to certain people, there is certainly a belief that, hey, look, he's tapping into something different. But again, listen, I respect Yuri's beliefs. I don't necessarily agree with them. But my number one thing is I don't think anyone should discount Jiri, especially to the amount that people are discounting him. It kind of feels like not just because of one loss, but because of how big of a hill to climb Alex Pereira is. People just think, oh, it's going to be him hands down. No, man. Listen, Alex Pereira, yes, he's phenomenal. He's might be the top kickboxer, that has ever lived, given his accolades. But with that being said, listen, he is susceptible to big punches, as we've seen that, he's taken against Israel Adesanya. There's a couple other people that they haven't folded him, to be fair, quite like Israel Adesanya, but they've definitely shaken him. Where it was just a little. In fact, I'm going to say Jiri in his last fight against Alex Pereira did that a little bit. Not enough to get the win, obviously, because, you can't discount Alex Pereira's power, but enough to make me think, oh, damn, he got him good. So I think it's just one of these things where people are discounting Jiri way too much. But listen, we'll see. It's going to be a great event. I think no matter who wins, I think it's going to be a great fight. Again, I do in the end believe that Alex Pereira is going to win. You said you believe Alex Pereira is going to win. I agree. I think either TKO in the second or third is going to be the way to go. But again, man, do not discount Jiri. It might even be a knockout for him. He might decide to take it to the ground, given, we don't have a whole lot of game for Alex Pereira on that. So we'll see. We'll see how it goes. But either way, it's going to be a great fight. Everybody should tune in and definitely watch that. We actually have something coming up on Saturday as well that we'll be tuning into the fight, but something additional that you guys will see a video for on Sunday. But keep in tune for that. With that, anything else you want to add to that, man?
That's it out of me.
And with that, make sure to like, comment, hate, subscribe, DM us about the bullshit, and
until next time, get rest and stay blessed. We'll see you on the next one.